Good morning, traders. Welcome to the daily webinar and the London session. For those viewers on YouTube, you will get the recording of this because I'm waiting on someone to come do an emergency work in my home and I'm alone. So I would have to stop at any time and I don't want to be live and then stop the video in the middle of the live session. So we're going to record it and you're going to get a chance. We will be live this afternoon. So if you see this and you would like to join us in the New York session, 8 a.m. New York time, we will go live. We will also go live to the end of this week, and I will try to come live tomorrow in the London session, which is 8 a.m. London time, right? So please, if you like what I do, please share it. Now, if you watched yesterday's video and you follow us and you were trading, you made a lot of money. I mean, you should have made quite a lot of money because all the trades we actually identified went exactly as we expect them to go. Even some of them we identified, but we didn't take went. A few of them were break-even trades, and we'll show you them as we go along, right? And I'll tell you. So let's start with the euro because some of our traders are in this trade. So if you took this trade, remember what the analysis of this trade is. If it comes to the top and you sell it, you're selling it to break the low, right? Because once it breaks that low and it starts to consolidate, that's where you said, you know what, I need to get out of this trade. You can try to look for a sell here, but if you're looking at this with a small flag, don't take the small flag. I think I might have even mentioned that if it makes a small flag under there, I will not take the trade because what normally happens when you make a small flag like this is that they break the low, give you divergence here. If you look at this internally, you'll see divergence. You guys know what I'm talking about, probably in 5 minutes, and then goes right back up. So you'd have to be careful when you're looking at a bigger pattern because that will determine where you take a trade. Now, if I'm going to take a trade and beyond this point, I want to see a reasonably good flag. But let's assume for a second that you got tagged in a trade like that, right? You didn't look at the whole structure you were on. It's not a big deal. If your stop is here, I'll move this for where we stop. You should put a stop probably here because you're trading a small flag here, not the bigger correction. Here's what you need to do. You can get out of this trade before it gets there, right? So one of the things you look for is as soon as this thing starts to consolidate or so you'll take it. So far, we'll make an assumption that there's no consolidation. There's one move up. Now, what if I want to buy this? What if I'm looking for a buy on this chart? What would I do? I would wait for a flag. I would wait for a flag like this, even if I want to buy it. Remember when I said you're going to buy this, it might not break the top. So you have to have the skill level to get the hell out of that. Go back and watch that webinar. So if you watch each of these webinars, you're going to learn why and how we take trades. So this trade was to break the low, take your profit. Now we're looking for a buy setup. Now it doesn't mean it's going to be a buy setup, right? Let me just get this very clear too. This doesn't mean that 1, 2, 3 and the correction is over. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This thing could go on for years, not just weeks and months. We have a consolidation that is going on for the last 6 years that I was trying to buy the impulse on. That is the Aussie New Zealand, and I can show you and explain that. And it's not much bigger than this. It's a little bigger, but not much bigger. When we thought, okay, here's a nice impulse and a flag, and this is going to go way up, and 6 years now, and it's still not even breaking out of the consolidation. I think more than 6 years, and it still hasn't broke out of that consolidation. So it doesn't mean that this is going to go, but it means there is a high probability that after 1, 2, 3 it goes. But if I'm going to buy it, I will need a flag. Now, if I was aggressive, and I was here in the morning very early, I'll probably go into 5 minutes and I'll be in this trade already, right? So some of our traders do that stuff. When they're aggressive, they'll come, they'll find a 5 minutes flag, they'll take it, put it to break even, and wait. Like it go 1, pull back, 2, pull back, go, put it to break even, stay with it. What we're looking for now, that's gone. The 5 minutes are gone. So you can go into 15 minutes. And now you will have to, there's no point closing the trade now. You're not saving a lot in that case. But what you can do is wait for it to pull back. And if you're very lucky, right? If you're very lucky, it's not just a pullback, it's making a bigger correction. It could be making 1, 2, 3 again. So it could bring the 2 way back to the bottom here, go back for a 3 and drop again. You could get another drop here, and then this starts to go up, right? That possibility exists. If we see this, we will sell this afternoon. Like if we come and we see this come back to the, sorry, my voice is going, come back to the bottom here and then go back to the top there, we will sell it. So now we're looking for a buy. Now, here's the thing about this. If I want an impulse to the upside, I don't want a big, deep pullback. I don't want this to come back to the low. I want it to stay right where it is. As a nice little flag here, something like this or something like this even. And then that buy gives me a higher probability of this thing taking off like a rocket. What does that mean? I mean, if you watch my first webinar that I posted where I explained what's happening in the consolidation, how the orders are being filled, and you watch it the way the orders are being filled to determine what is most likely is going to do next. If the orders are being filled only in a very tight range here, it means sell orders are not coming in. The buy orders are dominating. They're filling all the sell orders right in this range, and that means it can take off. If this, sorry guys, my voice is going. Give me a second. Let me just mute myself. I'm sorry about that. I have a slight cold, so you'll have to excuse me in that one. So if the sell order starts to come in high volume and it pushes back the price back to the bottom here, the likelihood is it can stay in this range of consolidation, but then we know this is going to go down lower because buy orders are dominating. So it's all about where the disbalance is. That is what creates these patterns. So depending on what pattern is created here, now you'll just have to stay with that or wait for a pullback, and very likely to make a pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes a pullback now, like this sudden spike, and then pull back and start to consolidate, like, in this range here for the upside. That happens pretty often. Just in front of the market opening, you get a sudden spike, you jump into it, and you watch it pull back right away because there was no pattern there. There was no reason to buy. So now for the buy setup, we'll wait for a flag. Any flag that we get, something like this would be perfect for us for the buy. Now, should that come much deeper? No problem. We will not sell it. We'll just let it come to the bottom. We might buy it back because the up move could be equivalent of this, right? Depending on how deep it comes, we will buy it back to the upside. It will be a good trade. And then when it gets to the top, if it comes all the way to the bottom, it gets to the top, it will be a sell. So right now we're looking for a buy setup. So the sell is finished. We're going to change that to looking for a buy setup. We don't have a setup. Don't jump into it. Wait for it. The minute you jump in is when it starts to pull back. So let's see if we get a buy setup here today, and then we're going for that trade. This trade was here. I'll take this off. We don't need it anymore. And now I'm going to go to the dollar index. So to exit that trade, wait for the pullback. That's the best opportunity. Dollar index broke the top. It's like it's following the arrows, right? So it's kind of like go there, turn back, and it's coming. If you got any sell here in the 5 minutes, you did excellent. If you saw that and you took it, you did excellent. In the 15 minutes, now we'll wait for a flag. We're doing exactly the same thing here. Wait for a flag. Let it make a flag now, and then we'll go for the trade. It will. You can see they make flags all the time. This was a deep pullback. This was a flag. There was a flag. This was a running flat, by the way. So you wanted to kind of make a small one here. A bigger one now. Not these small ones are gone. Want something like that, and then we'll take the trade down. The hope is that it breaks through this. If the pullback goes pretty deep like this all the way back to the top, like if they go back pretty deep like this, well, then we'll assume they're going to pull back here and go more, right? So we'll just have to wait and see what it gives us, but we're looking for a sell setup now. Silver. Yesterday, silver actually broke out before we could think. And like I said, if it comes down here, wait for a flag. And my warning, we were in the trading room and it started to come back. And this is very important for traders. I said you want to wait for a correction, otherwise you're going to get yourself in trouble. And if you didn't, we were somewhere here, and if you jumped in the trade there and it go, well, you got break even if you're good at wave analysis. You got break even. If you're not good at wave analysis, you're upside down on that trade. Or you're still hoping that it's going to drop. Now, here's the thing. It's making a flat at the top here because this is the first impulse into it. You got there, you got to pull back here, you got that. I don't know if that pullback is real. Sometimes in the night, those pullback are not real. You're getting a flat here, which means it can go back a little more, pull back here. I'm looking for a few pull back here, probably a running flat, and then that's one more up. So this has more upside. It is incomplete, but it has more upside. So we will be looking for a buy setup here. This will be a buy setup. We don't have a trade in it, but we look for a buy setup. You don't want to go in too early. Let at least one pullback like this happen and go for the running flat. You can ignore the second one, but if you get one more, we'll go for the running flat trade. We'll try to get a flag from the impulse, from the bottom of the impulse going up. So I want to see this go back up a little. I don't want that move up. I don't know how big it's going to be. And then I want to see them pull back. I want to see this flat, and then we'll go for the trade. This turned out to be a contracting flat. Like I said, it probably will be a contracting flat, but you can't trade contracting flats like that. So if you were going to take this trade, if you remember, I said you can take this, but that is only to break this top. Then you just got lucky because it actually went quite a lot, right? And that was a good trade if you can manage it. Gold dropped. Very nice. If you put it here, you should have closed this trade. Again, if you're in my group and you had this entry there and it go to the top, take that trade off. Don't keep the trade. You're setting yourself up for trouble. What you could have done is put it here if you want. And if you put it there, you got break even. It doesn't matter that it dropped. That is not a trade you should have kept, right? You know the rules. Don't break the rules because this one dropped. right? So that is not a trade. If you were in my group, you should pull that trade when it came back to the top, because it could have just tagged you here and go straight up. So now what it's doing is just making a bigger flat. We made a series of small flats, and now we're making a bigger one. It's still sell setup. Now what you're going to do, we're going to repeat the same thing. Wait for a flag here now. And then when we get this flag, we're going to put an entry under here and we're going to go for this drop. The hope is that this impulse is very good. So if you get a flag there, it's going to drop now. And we had some nice corrections. We have an expanding flat in the middle there. If you take a look at the pattern, you can see it. 5 minutes, you can see the expanding flat in the middle. You got 1, 2, 3. I think it's perfect. It's ready to go. Wait for a flag here. We don't have a flag. We have 2 candles. So you want a little flag, and then we'll put an entry order. We'll go for a sell. We're looking for a sell setup on gold. Again, gold is different from silver and euro and everything else. It's moving in its own way. Can this go back up? Yeah, this thing could stay here for a while. But the hope is that if it drops now, you want the trade. It can drop straight through the bottom. Gold is moving on its own. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dollar change that moves the gold. Gold could be moving without the change of the dollar, right? So we're looking for sell setups, and that is only to bring it back here before it goes back up, right? We're only assuming that this is a deep pullback. This whole thing here, we're in the first phase of it. I think you can see it probably would look like this, not like this one, because you're already getting flats and flags and flags. So you can see the series of flags we had here. So it's probably going to look more like this. Probably going to drop, make another flag or so, drop, make another one, drop, and then you get to pull back some corrections in here, drop one more, and then go. That's what we were expecting. That could change. But for now, take the sell. Go back here, look for a sell setup. So it's starting to consolidate here. Let it consolidate, and then you put an entry order under this one. If it goes back to the top, pull the entry. You know the rules, right? So that would be a sell setup. It's not a sell as yet. Euro, we just did euro, so we're going to skip that. Pound, you remember I said yesterday, pound could go down, and it's very likely might go down, but because this thing pulled back to the top and we are here, I would not take that trade, right? It's better to take the euro. So it did drop. Expectation, we expected could drop because everything was going to drop, but you shouldn't take the trade because the risk was too high. And it dropped quite a lot, right? Hindsight, you may say, well, this thing dropped quite a lot. Why didn't we take it? Well, you could have said, it's the same money you're risking, just risk it on something else, right? How far can it go? That was on which one, Sean? The gold? I think I showed the chart afterwards. I just saw your question. So, yeah. So this one we were expecting to do this. We're expecting it to do this big move. That's the only big sharp move we have before it goes up, right? So why don't I have it? Oh, this one is upside down. It should be like this. Sorry. That is this one. It should be like that. This is what we're expecting, and this one is what we're expecting. So we're looking for this trade to come here and then go straight up. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it will do that. That's what we're expectation. That's the expectation. Give me 1 second, please, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah, let's go. So 1 second. Yeah. So this we're going to look for a sell setup here today. It's kind of going up. It started really nice. It's going up really sharp. I have a very strong feeling it's still going to drop because this is very slow. If this is going to go up, and sometimes they do start slow, the impulse starts very slow, then go, we would wait for a flag here. See this flag? If it makes a flag like that here, we'll buy. It's also not a best buy, but the euro would be a better buy. But we can buy it if it does that because then the expectation is going to go more up. If it starts to drop, this would be the better sell than even the euro, right? Because if this starts to drop, any flag or any entry at the bottom here would be a good idea. It can go lower. We know it can go lower, right? So this will be a sell setup. This is the only one that has, well, gold also has a setup. You can literally put an entry order here now. It's not the ideal place. Wait for a flag or, something better to enter. From here to here, you could get a flag. That is, 49 pips. You can get a flag. So wait for a flag and then sell it. You will have a better risk to reward as well. Aussie had a buy setup yesterday, and again, like I said yesterday, I think Aussie will drop, but we can't sell it. We don't have a sell setup on it, right? So we put the buy, and like I told you, if you watch a webinar, it's probably not going to tag you, but still put the buy because you don't have a sell setup. It did come down, so we are actually in this. Literally, this is what it's doing, right? So if you look at a bigger picture in Aussie, 4 hours. It's still kind of consolidating. It's not going anywhere as yet. See all this consolidation here? Eventually, it's going to go up. The question is when. I don't think it's ready for that because you got some flat here, you got a flat here, you get another flat here, and the flats are coming back to the low. This one did go up. It didn't go far. This could go up. I don't think it's going to go far. You had one, two, three here. Then you have one, two, three here. So this can go up. If we get a flag here, we'll buy. If it makes a flag here, it's already kind of consolidating here. Go with this buy and let's see if that takes off. If it doesn't take off, it's just going to break the top and then start to consolidate again. But the chances is any one of these could take off. Now, if you're already in the trade, some of you, if you were early and you saw this and you bought this here, that's excellent. If you didn't, just wait for another flag buy. So we'll wait for a buy setup here. This would be a buy setup. Let me go with the setup. New Zealand. New Zealand was a sell. Actually, New Zealand, if you sold here yesterday or under this low, you did excellent. If not, this was a good sell. If you sold that, it dropped. We're actually in this structure. It hasn't broke out of the structure. See that? It didn't break out of the structure. It's like a channel. I think it's mostly a channel now. Because you're getting flats, you're getting correction. I think we might even relook at these. I think this is the one we might go for. So it's like a 1, 2, 3. You got to pull back here. We probably put this one. That might be the closest to what you can get. You got a 1, 2, 3. You go up. You get a 1, 2, 3. You go up. But this one stopped here, right? That's the top of it. You get a flag and it dropped. So it all depends on whether this dropped through today. If that dropped through today, we could be making a much bigger correction before we go back up, right? If this works its way up back to the top, it probably might be another 1, 2, 3, some kind of a flat pattern correction. I don't think they're going to actually break out of this structure anytime soon. If they break, it most likely will come down first and then go up. But it's in the channel and you're at the bottom of the channel, you should be looking for a buy. But we don't have a buy setup. We have a sell setup on it if you look at it, right? So I was looking at this morning to decide if I wanted to buy, and none of these didn't look good. Even this one didn't look good. But if I had taken this one, I would have closed it already. If I had taken this one, you can see that consolidation. That means you close the hell out of it and get out for break even or 1 or 2 pips less. This is another one. Don't take it. The same thing. Don't take this one because they're not going far. So the buy setups here are not good. Can we sell it? Yeah, maybe if it starts breaking the structure, let it go up some more. It's probably going to go back here. Maybe it could continue this. And if it continues this, at some point, we're going to put an entry order for a sell. Right? So it's more a sell setup than a buy setup right now because if it goes like this, by rule, if it's becoming a sell setup, you know what it has to do, right? It has to come out of this and then you get the buy. So if it comes out of that with a flat here, we will definitely go for the buy. Because that means if that happens, the buy will be very sharp. So maybe by New York session, we will know what it is doing, and then we'll get a trade. So I'll take this off, and we're looking for both sides. So I'll look for both sides for now. CAD actually went up. It went up much more than I thought it would go. So we were looking for this to probably just repeat this one, that 1, 2, 3, probably come here and then come down. One more, break the low, and then go back up. We had an entry order here to sell. Instead, this took off. So if it take off from there, we're looking for the one we have, which is this one, right? So now we have that, right? We have this. So if you watch again, for those who are not in the wave analysis group, remember what I explained about sharp moves yesterday. Go back and watch yesterday's webinar if you haven't seen it. You will know what I explained about sharp moves. They always, oh my God, I'm pulling everything except the one I want to pull. Right, everything is, this is what I want, and this is good. I got it now. Yeah. So we got that move, more or less. It doesn't have to be exact, right? We more or less got that. I think I might have made it a little bigger. Let me see. I might have stretched it while I moved it. Yeah, kind of did it. Right, this is what you're looking for. I think we've got that. We even have it very sharp, right? This is more or less. It doesn't have to go higher. It can go higher, but it doesn't have to. So we can easily set that as a running flat. You can easily pull this now as a running flat, which means if we get a sell set up here, we're going down. There is a very big move to the downside on the CAD. So sorry, go to the 15 minutes and let's see what we have here. We don't have a sell setup. We don't have a sell setup. As a matter of fact, I think it might even go one more up, retest the top before it comes. Because this is a correction in these two. See those two? You can come up here, come back here, and if we get that, there'll be one more up. And then we might start to see that drop. Now, can it go much higher than this? We have one more sharp impulse that we haven't actually had anything for. So if it goes higher and it gives us this one, if it gives us this one, which means a bigger one, we're going to start fixing all these smaller ones. We're going to put these two together, for example. It could also be this one, which means it goes much higher than that, right? So it's either this one, or it's that one. If it gives us this one, that would be excellent because then we'll put these two together. And that would complete all the patterns in there. After that is a big drop. So for now, we're looking for a sell setup if we get it. Most likely it's going to be a buy. I'm not sure we want to buy this. You guys, you'll have to be really, you can go into 5 minutes and see if you want to test your skills. That's 30 pips only, so it might not be worth the risk. You can use the last impulse of this to see if you can get that one. That's all you're going to go for. Come back here and then go. So if you want to test your skills in that, that's the thing. If you want to wait for a flag, even like this small flag here, might be an option. But like I said, you have to have the skill level to deal with that because it can tag you here and go down some more. You panic, you close the trade, and then watch it go back up, right? So if you're not sure how to do that, don't trade those trades. Just wait. We'll take this out. We'll leave it alone. Swiss, actually, we expected to go up. If you had your entry order, you did excellent. It actually tagged and pulled back. The first pullback is not a problem because the first pullback even came really fast. But once it go there and it started to pull back, you would want to close it, right? So I would assume that if you took the trade here, when we looked at it yesterday, this pullback didn't bother you. But once it started consolidated, you probably closed it. If you didn't close it there and you survive the second pullback, you definitely want to close it now. It's still upside, right? We're getting a consolidation here for upside. The problem with this is this we have these two sharp waves that are not really fitting into anything. It's not a running flat. This one is sharp too, right? So it means that somewhere in the future we're making a series of running flats, which means this can go up that much, pull back, go up that much again, pull back, and then go. And this would be two running flats in play. That possibility exists, which means you can buy this, but you will keep your stop under this one here. If you want to buy this, it's an active trade right now. Put an entry order just above the top there. Keep a stop somewhere here or somewhere here. It might be a bigger stop, but just because those two sharp moves could come back. And this is an active buy. Oh, it's actually a buy, an active buy, right? Where is this going? Well, we expect it to go some more. We're looking for this one first. And if not that one, then this entire one, which is one, two, three. So we'll see which one comes. Right now we're going for this one. So there's more upside still, right? So buy setup, go with it. Yen, yen actually went up, but it didn't go far. So if you took the trade, I'll call it break even. Even if you put it lower here, you got a very small one. And remember, you're only taking this trade to come and break this stop. If it breaks it up, it doesn't necessarily have to break that up because we're dealing with a running flat here. See this running flat in this? I'm looking at this as a running flat. So one, two, three. We need this one down. We need this to come back here, complete this, and then go back up there. So it's downside if we get a sell today, and I think we're getting a sell set up on the 15 there. We're getting a small expanding flat. Right? It's kind of expanding. That's why you don't want to put an entry order in it. I want to see it go back up and see if it consolidates here. Right? So I'm looking for a sell setup. I don't like that small expanding flat thing as yet. Let's see if it starts making a flag somewhere. Right? If this is a small one expanding flat, then I want to see more of a flag here. If it's making a bigger one, go back to the top and then we'll look for the sell. So it's making a sell setup, but it's not the perfect ideal one. Tag you and keep you there for a while. The stop should be above here. Remember, if this is coming down now, can it go back up one more? Possibly. It can still go break the top, right? The trade we'll be looking for, I'll just draw the arrow of the trade we're looking for if it's going down. That is this. That's what we're looking for now, right? So you're looking for this trade down. That is the one. If it goes now, that is the trade we're looking for. So if you can get that flag there on a solid thing, that would be a good trade. Let's see if we get it. We're looking for a sell setup. Cadien. Cadien had a big flat yesterday. Remember I said there's a high probability it could go one more. I explained the thing that sometimes you do get a big flat and they drop, especially when they're at a weekly, daily top, right? I think this is one of those cases where the flat is a big flat, but they're dropping. So there was a flag here this morning. I'd see that flat. If you took the flat, I think you better close for break even because this didn't drop. This go down really, really, really slow, which is weird. I don't know if all of this is going to be part of some kind of a bigger correction, maybe like this. If that's the case, then I want to see a sharp move up like this. I want to see it do this, right? And then we will go with this bigger flat and downside. So if it makes a sharp move up, look for your sell setup. Now, can we sell the smaller options, right? Let's say this is a small flat by itself and it's making a smaller one here. Can you sell it? Yes, you can sell it, but then you'll have to wait a little. You can sell this if this goes back up there. Put an entry here, wait for the sell. And if it keeps doing this, you just have to wait a little until it moves away from this area, then put it to break even. Because if it channels here, that will be upside, right? So right now, there's no good trade in it, and this can go down a lot from where it is, right? From where it is, it can come down for this move, or it can totally drop, depending on how you look at it. If you look at this as an expanding flat, it can totally drop, right? I think we're just making a flat here and we're going to go back up. And the reason is because of the bigger structure that we have, this huge one, right? So if you take this huge one, we had this huge, I would put this here as a huge expanding flat. You can make an argument for a contracting flat here. Either will work. It doesn't matter which one. But there was a big correction, a 1, a 2, and a 3. So I think we have a 1. We're trying to make it 2 and then go back for the 3. We broke the low, so we don't have to go retest the top. We just need to go close to the top. We broke the low here. So we just need to come back close enough to the top, right? This is the B part of it. So this doesn't necessarily, see, this is the low. This is all the correction. That's a sharp move. So if this comes back here, we still can expect it to come here and then drop, right? So there is a move down here that might give us this running flat and then up. It could even be an expanding flat like the one previously, which is this one, which is an expanding flat, which means this could come pretty low here and then go back up. But look how low this came, right? This came back almost to the bottom. So this one is even lower. So this one could come much lower. It could end up here and then go. So we're looking for sell setups. First, I'll put it for a running flat. Let's see if it's coming for the running flat, and then we'll go for the rest, right? Put the running flat, go back to the 1 hour, and let's see if it's coming down. All you need is a flag to sell, right? So wait for the flag, and if we get a flag here in the 15 minutes, we'll start selling. So sell setup. Swiss yen also had a pretty big flat here, and we thought this could make one more up too, but instead it dropped. It's making another flag, and you actually have a sell setup. You have a valid sell right now if you want, because you just got yourself a flag here, right? It's a nice 15 minutes flag here for the sell. Put a stop above here and sell that flag. Now there's no reason not to sell that because we're not expecting them to go back up now. Now that they've moved away from that flat and they're making a flag here, that's a good sell setup because this can drop quite a lot. This broke the top, right? We broke that top. So we broke this top. So the move you're looking for is this move down. That's the minimum. You're looking for this move down. It could go much more than that, which means it could go totally to the bottom, right? If this is making a flat for one more up and then drop, that's okay. But on the monthly, there's a very big, sharp move to the downside that needs to happen. I don't know if this is the start of it, right? With this being a big flat at the top there. So sell setup from that point, always good. So right now you can be in this sell if you want. If you missed it, you can wait for a slight pullback and then get in the trade. Right? It should have been from there, but if you missed it, just wait for a slight pullback, get in the trade. This one pulls back, it closes and it pull back. You can take you want to take the trade right where it is, it's okay, just put a stop there. Right? So it's a valid trade for a sell. We can assume it's gonna pull back. They always pull back a little, right? So you can get that sell. So this would be a sell here. Let's go. Aussie yen. 5 minutes, you see that went up. This one looks like it can go back up one more too. It's a sell setup, right? This kind of go, this kind of go. I think this was the bigger flat. So you kind of get a sharp move here. You go there, you come back, you get a deep one. You come there, you get a small one. You get a small one. You get a deep one. Probably get one more up, and then downside. So we're looking for a sell setup basically. This is a correction going up. Where would this? You can put an entry here now if it drops to the bottom. Last move up. Right? So if it drops through this bottom here, I think there's a chance it's going to go one more up and then come down. This one also broke the top on the daily. No, and that is on the 4 hour, not the daily. So on the 4 hour, we broke this top. That is the one we wanted. We were in this structure, right? I think you can clearly see this. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, broke the top. That's what we're looking for. Now we're looking for this move down. Right, so the move down is actually this one. And let's see if we get it. Right, it broke the top. It could go down. When it gets there, well, we're going to look for one more move up. I think we have the similar structure like the Aussie, like the New Zealand yen. Which one? No, I think it was a CAD yen. With this having an expanding flat somewhere in here as a 1, 2, 3. And you get a 1, you get a 2, you get a 3, give you that running flat, and then downside. I think that's a high probability. And the more you can see that this is probably making a flat here because we came back to the top of this impulse. So that tells me that there's a high probability we're going to get one more up and we'll complete this pattern. Right? So that is from the bottom. So there's like a move that might come back from here to the top there. Now let's see if we can get the downside of it, right? Because we need to see, and that's a good sell setup. This is a really good, nice flag forming here. You shouldn't miss that trade because I don't know if it's going to drop really sharp. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, right? At the moment, it's going up one more. If this crawls back to the top here, well, then the sell would only be for this move down, retest the top, and then drop. But right now, as it stands, it's a good sell setup. It might just break this top, and I mean, they might just come here, break this top, like just tag that up and start to drop. We'll bring this up to here, right? So keep your eyes on that one for the sell. You can actually put an active sell here now. You can put it as an active sell. Euro yen. Euro yen broke the top. Daily structure. We broke that up, see? Flat move. 1, 2, 3. We wanted it to go break the top when it was here. Go back, break the top, then look for the drop. Well, it did that. You asked for it, you got it, right? It went to the top. It went really slow. Remember when this was going like extremely, extremely slow? With all these big pullback, and then it got to the top. So now you're looking for sell setups. You're at the top. And the first one was not good because the first one I think was a really deep pullback. If you look at it like this, the entire structure stopped here. I think that's the top of it. You got a really deep pullback here, right? You got a deep one here too as well. So you got a big flat here, you got a sharp move up, you got a sharp move down, you got a big flat, and then the reverse. But we're getting a good one here. This one you shouldn't sell. There's no reason why you should sell it, but we can sell this one, right? If this one is to drop, we can sell it. Let's take this out. This is the top that we broke. Let me take that out. Yep, this should be a sell setup. You can actually put an entry order here for the sell and try to get a flag from the top. How much pips is that? 32, maybe not. But you can put the entry order. If you get a flag, that's good. If you don't, that's a sell setup. The only way we don't sell this is if it comes back to this stop. We'll take it out, wait for one more up, and then see if it goes, right? But right now you have a really good sell setup. And it's an active trade. You can put this in active sell. Okay, this didn't break the top, but this one we were expecting to come down. Remember, we expect this one to drop and then that one to drop, and now we got this one, and it looks like this one is going to do the thing. We're going to drop to the bottom here and then go back up. You notice all the yen pairs have one drop coming, at least. So I don't know if it's going to be the major dropping or the yen dropping, but all of them seems to have that one more move down before they go back up. Some may go back up, some may not, but all of them have that structure. So what we can do is afterwards in the trading room, we're going to look only at the yen pairs. We're going to put all of them side by side on the daily and see if we do have that, right? That possibility. So I can see this coming back here and go, remember, this is the correction. So right now, is it trying to do that? Well, it might be because we finally broke off of that. It came down. There was a running flat here. I don't know why we didn't focus on it so much yesterday. But there was a running flat in here. I think we had this piece as well. We can decide whether all of that fit into it. Look at the entire structure. It dropped really sharp from there, and I think we're making another running flat here. You can make an argument for this being another running flat, right? So if it's a running flat, what you're going to do, let's put it like this. So if that is a running flat, it drops, right? So you can put an entry under the low and put a stop a little higher. If you think it's, you put stop above here. So the only time this will qualify as a running flat is if this drop here, but they're consolidating here, right? They're not consolidating, they're not dropping. So if it consolidates here and go one more up, if it consolidates here and you get a flag to buy, we will take this off. It's not a running flat, right? And you can put a buy to see if it's going to go back, I mean, deeper into this move. But right now, it looks like a really good sell setup. If it's not a running flat and this is its own correction and this is a drop and we are making a correction here, this will come down slow. And if this starts to come down slow, take that off because it can come here, tag you, go back up there, make a flat here, and then drop. So if it's not a running flat, which is not the ideal running flat because this one has a lot of consolidation in it, right? It's not very sharp. This one does have a lot of consolidation to qualify for a running flat. So if it consolidates here and come down slow, you will take off the trade. If it consolidate right at the top there to go up, you can take off the trade and look for a buy. So we'll see which one comes. But you can put the entry order for a sell right now. It would not affect you. The only way it affects you is if there's a sudden drop. And that's the whole point. If it's a sudden drop, you want the trade. New Zealand yen. Yep. We made a top and now we're coming down and we're getting a perfect flag here for the sell. You can't ask for anything better than this. See that? Perfect flag in the 15 and go where? Let's see where we're expecting this to go. Come back for this one. Well, let's relook at this whole structure in the 1 hour. I think we may change the running flat we had. We will pull this one off and we'll put it with this one. I think these two make more sense for the running flat. This one would probably go with a smaller version of it. We'll look at that. So this down, this is the move you're looking for. Makes sense to me for a running flat. One more up after that, right? So New Zealand yen, Aussie yen, this expanding flat here. You're getting a running flat here. One more up. We're looking for this move up after that, right? It doesn't have to go back to the top. There's no point. It's going to just, if it comes from here, it will just come about there, right? Just go back, break the top, and then drop. I don't think this one will drop. It's possible that one is the one dropping, but I don't think so. If that one dropped, then we'll have to go with this as some weird running flat like that. Well, maybe two. You don't know, right? That this could be the top. Let's sell it. Here's the thing. If it's not a running flat, it will go all the way to the bottom. You'll be happy that I'm wrong, and I will be happy that I'm wrong because we're selling. So let's go with this running flat here only. Sorry, let me put it back. We're going for this one first. I think this one makes more sense. That running flat in there makes more sense. So the sell setup is perfect. You can't ask for a better sell setup. Here's what you can do. You can put an entry under the low. Put an entry under the low. You can use a stop here because you're trying to come all the way to the bottom. Risk to reward is amazing. But on the 5 minutes, if it goes higher and I expect it to go up more, I'm expecting this one to come and break these stops, right? Because I don't think it's complete. Probably go there, break the top. And then if you get a flag on the way down from here to here, if you move that up to this point, and if you get a flag here, that would be the better sell. So we would keep an eye on this when it breaks, if and when it breaks it up. For now, you can just put an entry under the low. Keep a stop on top of the impulse. I know it's a big one, but then the risk to reward is good. You just have to have a smaller lot size, right? That's 71 pips. It's not the end of the world, right? If it's gonna go 3-1, who cares? What's the risk? What's the lot size? What's the who cares what the stop is, right? You just put the smaller lot size, you're still gonna get 3-1, same percentage risk you're taking. So if it's 1%, it's 1%. The lot size is smaller, but then it goes 3-1, so you get 3-1, right? You're risking 1%, you get 3%. So let's see how it goes. I like this trade a lot. And it's manageable. This is a really nice consolidation. So, I mean, unless it goes back all the way to the top here, which I don't see happening. Could happen, but it's not looking like that right now. So this is an active sell. Okay, Euro Oz came down. You're probably looking for a consolidation here. If you want, this looks like it's going to go back up one more. And I'll go with 1, 2, 3, and then we'll see. If you get a flag here, you can buy it, right? There's a lot of sharp pieces in this. It's downside, but I don't think this one is downside as yet. This one will probably go back up one more there, break the top, and then go down. Right? So you can look for a buy setup here. At least you don't know how high it's going to go. And then go. So it's a buy setup you're looking for. I'm going to skip all of these. We will do them in the room after the recording. You don't want the recording to be too long, especially if you're going to post it on YouTube. I'm going to look at a few of these. Natural gas, sell setup, perfect sell setup from the top there. So remember I said when it comes to the top, you're looking for this move down. I think one trader is in this trade already from this morning, and that's excellent. Well done. One trader got this flag. If you did that, you did excellent. That's perfect, right? At least one of our traders in that one. If any other trader got it, that's just perfect. You're getting another flag here, right? So you can see they're already kind of consolidating here. Let it consolidate some more, and then we will take that trade. Right? That is the trade to the downside. If that goes, perfect. You're going to come back all the way to the bottom here and then upside, right? We're coming back here and then we still have this one to go with, right? So we're going to look for this when it gets to the bottom there. It doesn't have to break the low, running flat, right? It come back to the low, but not break it. It's right to the top. We broke the top. So I like the trade. Let's see how it goes. I think this big one could be a running flat, this whole piece, this one with this. It's a weird one, but I think that would be the running flat there. This one is a three-wave structure, but no big deal. Sometimes you do get them like that. So like 1 up, 2, and 3. Good sell setup. Let's see. You can put them as separate corrections. It doesn't matter. You can put this one as a separate one. And this one here is a separate one. I think it wouldn't make a big difference. I wouldn't put this as an expanding flat. I'll just put it as a separate correction like this. A smaller version of it, right? Something like that. So however you put it, it wouldn't make a difference. It's very corrective, and you're looking for a sell. Come here, wait for the flag, sell. It's making a flag right now, so it's a sell setup in the making. Oil was the sell here. It didn't go. It actually went up more. Actually, it went up more and it broke out of this structure, but it didn't break out far. So I'll take this off. Right? We're still within the range of this movement. So I'll put the range. That is this one, right? That's the top of it. And if this is a 1, 2, 3, and we're going up like this, there's another buy setup forming here. This might just go break the top and come back as a 1, 2, 3 here, right? Kind of like repeat this. Okay, this one is slow. So if this keeps going up there, it probably come back here 1, 2, 3. So you can go with a buy setup, but only to retest the top, right? You can go for a buy setup to retest it up. Could it be that this is already trying to drop to the bottom to retest this? Possibly. We don't have a sell setup. You can go for a buy. That would be very short term. So if you put a buy here, it's only to probably retest this top and then a 1, 2, 3 down. This is not ready. That trade is not ready yet. This is the one you look for. So let's go. US 30. Well, if you took the trade, you got break even. You literally got break even in it. You had so many opportunities to break even. You should have taken it. So I'm going to call it a break even trade. It didn't go. I'm going to change this one and put it like this now because we've got a three-wave structure in this move. It could be more than 3. It could be 4 or 5, but you're looking for a buy setup. Actually, if any one of you changed the structure and bought this, you did excellent because the move you're looking for is this one up, right? This is 1, 2, 3 inside of this. If it doesn't break the low, then you're looking for the move up. Put it in the 1 hour. If we get a flat there, that could mean, well, you've got to be careful. If this takes off and it goes above the top, we'll put this as a running flat, which is possible. It can go break the top. That would be this one up. And then we come back down for this. Complete that flat and then go. So that possibility exists. Look for a buy setup. If you didn't get the first flag, you can put an entry above here and see if you get another flag. If it consolidates here a lot, it will drop one more to this point, and this will be a flat here of its own. So if this consolidates here and drop one more, it will just go back to the top there, make this flat, and we're selling from there. And that will become a sell setup. 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I do have an allergy, and it's on and off. Some days it's worse, some days it's good. Today seems to be one of the bad days. Yep, let's go. NASDAQ, same thing. Put it here. Look for a buy setup. If it breaks out of that, it's a buy setup. We'll go retest the top. Maybe retest the stop, and then we'll see. You can either get a flag or you can put an entry here for the buy. The moves up are not very big, right? All the moves up are not very big. So this one, you can put the entry here now for the buy. That is a buy setup. If this is going to drop, you wouldn't really get a trade. So buy setup. So this is a buy setup. Actually, active buy. This one is an active buy. And this one, US 30, active buy. Okay, so let's go. Tesla. Somebody asked for Tesla yesterday. You see it's consolidating here. It will be a buy setup. Nifty. I think this is a pullback for more upside. This here seems to be pulling back. We completed this already, so we're pulling back here. This is pulling back for upside. Look for more upside here. Let it go back up, buy above the top, or see if you can get a flag in the range to go up. And DAX, yep. If you sold that, it dropped to the bottom. I think you took some small profit out of it. And this looks like a flat here, which means it's a sell setup. But because you got this, the chances are it could go higher. Right? Just look for sell setups. So I would say take this out, put it under this one. And if this is a flat, it could drop. This could be its own consolidation. If it goes higher, try to get it sell from the top. So I'm going to go with this flat here now, the smaller version of it. And if that version is not correct, that means it will go higher, come to this top, and then it's still a sell setup, right? Short term, still a sell setup. Let's see what we have. Bitcoin. I'm going to review the cryptos, and then we'll close the webinar. If you sold this, you close it to break even. You should have, because it didn't go very far. And you had enough time to do that. Like that consolidation there was enough. Why is it going back up? Let's see. We didn't go very far. I think this might just be another correction before it dropped. We're still doing this, right? So it needs to come and break this low. So you probably don't want to sell it now, because this might just come. The idea of selling that one is that it could drop here and then go back up. You can get this trade, right? But now that it didn't drop, let this come back a little more if it wants to come and break this low. But then we'll be looking for this trade up, which means we'll be looking for this to come here and then probably work its way back down here like this. If you get that flat, it's one more up, right? So if we get that flat, we're going to be breaking the 112, maybe 114, 150. It could go a little higher and then downside. So we broke this top, right? We broke the top and they're consolidating. If they're consolidating here, that's a good chance for upside, right? At least one more up. And every move, every time it breaks the top, you have to take your profit off and, or move your stop very tight, because you don't want a big sudden drop to wipe everything out for you, right? So this is a consolidation. I think it's incomplete. It's not finished. Take off that. ETH. The sell also didn't go anywhere. Kind of dropped, but it didn't go anywhere. Let's see in the 15. Okay. Yeah, that stayed a long time. If anything, you take a small loss here, but if you manage to close it here, that's good. If you didn't close it there, this could pull back a little, close the trade. You don't want to keep this trade. It's not going. Right? I still think it can drop and break this low. There's a high probability for that, but this could probably stay in this range for a longer time. So right now, the best thing is drop and break the low. I think they can drop and break the low. We just have to wait to see if it consolidates here a lot. If it consolidates here a lot, then we'll sell this. Get rid of this one and then sell the other one. So this would be more like a break-even trade. Even if you take a small loss, close the trade right now. Your stop is here or your stop is there, you're doing well. Right? XRP. Okay, I hope that didn't tag anybody there, because it didn't break the low. So that is not valid. That was just the top, right? This will only be valid if this was the last impulse down. It wasn't the last impulse down. I think that was the range I was showing, this range we were in. And we're still in that range. Still consolidating. So there's more upside and more downside in it. Take this off. We broke there. I still think this has more sideways to go, because you have a move up, you got a sharp pullback, a move up, a sharp pullback, you probably get one more move up. This could come back a little here and then go back up, and now you'll get this flat in the middle. So you'll get 1, 2, 3, and that means this goes down some more like this. So short term, you could get a buy setup, but I don't think you want it. Let it complete that flat and then look for the sell. So I'd say let this go back up. Let this go back up there, complete this one, and then look for the sell. Okay, this becomes 1, 2, 3. And then we'll see what happens. If you get a 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3 here, you're likely going to get another 1, 2, 3 there, and then some more downside. So it's not going anywhere. It's just going sideways, consolidating. A lot of consolidation, by the way. So just wait. Wait for it to go up and then look for the sell. Link. This didn't go anywhere, and it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere too, because we're very close to this low. If you pull it like this, that straight line is not coming right. This is very close to the low. It means it can just come here and go back up. Even if it's doing this, 1, 2, 3, completing this flat, and then downside. So I don't think you want to sell it here, although it's a sell setup. There's no point selling it. Let's just wait. Because this looks like it's going to go back up. You can see that, right? This definitely looks like they're trying to go back up one more. At least this move up, even if it's making a flat for downside, right? So I don't think it's upside. It could be upside, right? This one could take off. So look for buy setups. This could take off, retest the top. Like you see this whole consolidation here. Just take off, retest the top after this one, right? So this could go retest the top and then come down. So look for the buy setup rather than the sell. Let it finish what it's doing. Look for a buy setup. If you get a buy setup after this drop, let it drop, give you a buy setup, take the trade. ADA. Okay, this broke. This one actually went. It didn't go far. Close it, break even. They're all break even trades, I'll say. Right, close break even. They didn't go far. This could drop more again. I think it's consolidating to go more. I think this consolidation eventually drop one more. We're trying to break this low before we go back up. And I think it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So if you get a consolidation here, sell it. And LTC. This is just dropping slowly, right? It's making these small flags, drop, break the low, make a deep one, drop, broke the low, make another one, drop. It needs to break the low. Right? Because they keep breaking the low, then go back up. So if this is going back up from here, we haven't broken the low for the first time, right? This one didn't break the low. So we'll just have to wait and see. There's no buy setup in it as yet, right? Even if this is going up. But I wouldn't be surprised if they come break the low because this broke the low, this one broke the low, this should break the low, then go back up. Let's just wait and see. Don't trade it as yet. Okay, that's it, right? So again, once again, to all the viewers, if you manage to come this far, we do a lot more in the webinar. So when I close the recording now, we will still continue the live session here in the trading room, and we would look at a lot more. I think one thing I'll probably do it in the New York session when we go live. There's something somebody was asking me about patterns and whether they're real. I think what the question was, are these patterns real or are we just imagining them? I think his question was, are we making this stuff up or is it real? Like, can you visualize pattern where there is no pattern? What he's trying to say is that I think if I go deep into what he's trying to say, is that there aren't any patterns that exist. You guys are just making this stuff up with running flats and all these flats and all of that. And if you look at it from his point of view, it's going up and down and it's going random. For him, everything is pretty random. There's nothing that is making sense there. We're just making this stuff up and drawing things, lines, and saying, look, this is that. And if you look at it that way, then you can say that about anything, right? You can literally say that about any science. You can go to your doctor, and when the doctor pull out the a cardiograph on your thing, you can say, Doc, I think you're making that stuff up. There's a lot of lines going up and down there, but I don't think you know what you're doing. You're just making stuff up that, my valve is having a problem, right? You can go to the seismologist and they're telling you an earthquake is coming, and you guys are making that stuff up. That graph seems to be going up and down randomly, like why are you guys reading into that? Like, where do you see a pattern? Because they're looking for patterns when they think earthquakes are going to come, right? They'd see certain patterns and said, you know what? The last time we had this pattern, we had a seven, what would they call it? The seven what earthquake, right? So it's basically, or the weather person who's looking at a pattern of the weather, or anything for that matter of fact that has patterns. So now here's the thing. I think he's hitched in the idea that we are saying these are flats and these are triangles. I don't care what you call the patterns. I don't even care whether the patterns are shaped the way we see them. Remember, most of these patterns from what Elliot saw, we changed. If you're in my group, you would know that we changed those patterns. They're not exactly the way Elliot looked at them. And that is the point. The point is, it doesn't matter what type, what shape or form the pattern is. The whole thing about wave analysis is not about the pattern. It's about the repetitiveness of the pattern. So if the patterns in the chart are going to look like this, I don't know how you want to draw it like this. It can look like this, and then after that it does this. You try to catch that. Now, I know I'm elaborating and it looks really crazy, but the point is, it doesn't matter what you read into this. If after you see this, you're going to get that, try to get that. That's the whole point. You can see whatever pattern you want to see, call it whatever you want, to visualize whatever. But if you see something that repeats itself every time, right? If every time you stand at crossing the road, and everybody goes across on the green light, guess what you're going to do? If you never saw a traffic light in your entire life, they bring you out from some jungle and they put you in the middle of the city and you're standing there to cross the road and everybody's going across the green light. Guess what you're going to do eventually? You're going to go across the green light, right? Because it's a pattern. For you, it's a pattern of what people are doing, right? And here, how powerful pattern can be. You can be deceived by patterns. That is why you have to be very good at reading into patterns and having the confidence into them, because you can be deceived by what you see. And that's why sometimes we said, this looks like a flat, but it's incomplete. So we're not going to take the trade. We're going to wait for XYZ to complete. And then we're going to wait for a confirmation that is actually going to go up. And then when we get that confirmation in the shape of a flag, we're going to take the trade. And here's how you can be deceived by patterns. So I think the FBI did this, or the CIA, I can't remember who did this study some 20 years back. So what they did is they were going to select random people and bring them, line them up in a room, and they're going to give them a shape, and they're going to ask them, tell me what shape you see. So they had like about 18 people standing, and they give them the shape, and everybody said, oh, that looks like a square, that looks like a square, that looks like a square, that looks like a square. They reach the 18th person, and he's looking at it, and it's not a square. It's a rectangle. But then 17 people in front of him said it's a square. So guess what he said? It's a square. He didn't want to be the one person coming out and said, oh, no, no, it's not a square, it's a rectangle. So he said it's a square. But he was the test person. The 17 people before him were CIA agents. He was the test person. And then they will change him and bring another person, and they will do that with another thing. They can bring a color, and everybody's looking at color, said it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green. To get to the other person, he's looking at it, it's not green. But then he said it's green because 17 people in front of him said it's green. You don't want to be the one person who's actually out. So patterns can be deceiving sometimes. And that is why we said, if you see one pattern you think you're seeing very clear, get in the group, show what you're seeing, let other traders see, and somebody might come and say, hey, you want to look at this? And I'm going to say, okay, yeah, I see what you're seeing, but if this, then this. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this. We're going to wait for this, and then we will take the trade. Or if it is what you see, then this needs to happen. And if that happened, great, we were all going to take the trade from this point. And we actually did that in the room yesterday. Somebody said, look at the Swiss pair, and I look at it and said, yeah, I agree with you. It could be a 5 minutes that, but if in that case, it will have to go down one more. We buy from the bottom. If it doesn't go down one more, keep your ensure that there is going to take off and you won the trade. Right? So patterns does exist. Behavioral patterns, everything exists. There is a reason why if somebody is born in a Hindu community, he's a Hindu. If he's born in an Islamic country where everybody is Muslim, he will become a Muslim. If you're born in a Christian community, you're not going to wake up. You're born in a Christian community where the entire community is Christian. You're going to wake up one day and say, hey, I don't want to be Christian. I'm going to be Muslim. You can do that, but in this age and time, you could probably do that when you're 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. But the power of that community and the pattern is you will be a Christian. It's a pattern. You're born where a pattern exists. You go to church every week. You do things every week. You do what people do. If you're born in Canada and everybody's playing hockey, you're not going to suddenly say, hey, let's go play cricket. Right? If you're an Indian born in India where everybody play cricket, you're not going to wake up and say, I think we need to start playing ice hockey. Right? We need to change the pattern of playing cricket. Let's go to ice hockey. That's the best game we should have here. It's not going to happen. It's not real, right? You remember that the bobsled team from Jamaica? Those guys were fun, but then they went to Western countries, to cold countries where they learned to do the bobsleigh. But it's you get the thing. It's a one-off thing. It's not a pattern that all the Jamaicans are going to go in bobsleigh. Now they're all running. And look what happened when the first Jamaican ran in one day 100-meter. Nobody heard about Jamaica if anybody could run in Jamaica. Nobody knew Jamaicans could run. And then one Jamaican run and won the gold medal. Guess what happens? Jamaica become a country where everybody now is running and winning the 100 meters. Like women are running and winning the 100, men are running and they're winning the 100-meter relay. They have so much sprinters now. And nobody knew they had all that sprinters. It suddenly became a pattern. Right? Because they were runners. You think the Jamaicans before that couldn't run? They just didn't know. They never actually get into the pattern of running. They never practiced it. They never thought they could. Everybody thought, oh, the Americans and the Canadians are running for the first spot in the 100-meter relay. And then and look at the Kenyans. Before the Kenyans was Ethiopians. Then the Kenyans said, hey, if Ethiopians can run, why can't we? Let's just go run. Let's develop the pattern of running. And then, oh, Kenyans are taking over this game now. Patterns exist. If it's not happening right now or you're not seeing it right now, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If you've never seen a Guyanese run, it doesn't mean Guyanese can't run a 100 meter and win it. It's just that we have not developed the pattern of doing it. We are not looking at that is a thing that could happen. We're not looking for that pattern. It exists. But let one Guyanese run and win that 100 meter, you will be surprised how many of them will start running and beat the 100 meter race. You just need one to start. So patterns do exist. And I'm not here to convince you today. I'm here to show you how to use it in the market to take advantage of it. And I think we did that very successfully this week. To show, not that we can't, we're using it successfully to trade, but yesterday and the day before, we showed you successfully how you can use it to have an edge in the market. So to that person, if you're watching this webinar to the end, I hope you do. I answer your question. If not, maybe I'll repeat it this time for the general public who, in the very start, who didn't watch these webinars to the end. So I can get where he's coming from. When you don't know something, like if I don't know language, I might say, oh, that language doesn't exist, right? Like, people don't, when you're ignorant of things, you think they don't exist, right? You're ignorant, so you don't know that thing exists. And that's okay. But when someone is enlightening you to the fact that it exists and you're trying to deny the existence, that's stupidity. That's not ignorance anymore. Ignorance is not knowing. When you're being told and you're being educated, but you refuse, that's not ignorance, that's stupidity. That's you just being stupid. Right? And stupidity, you can't cure, you can cure ignorance, you can enlighten a person, you can educate a person. You can't cure stupidity. A stupid person will remain stupid regardless of what. There's people who still think the earth is flat, and you can't cure that. You can't prove to them that it's not flat. Right? They believe that deep down in their souls. I was surprised when I heard there are people who still believe it's flat. But hey, you can't do anything about that. That's stupidity. Ignorance is if my son doesn't know that it's flat and I start to educate him and show him that, oh, it's not flat. If he believes it's flat, and I showed him and then he learned and he said, oh, yeah, great, I understand. That's ignorance. You're enlightening a person. So I don't know if the person is if the person is ignorant of wave analysis or he's willfully stupid. I don't know. I'm not going to go there, but the question came and I'm answering it. So all of you guys trade with care today, and hope that what we are doing is giving you an edge in the market, and you're being able to identify patterns and understand what it is. The whole thing is not just and understanding what you're looking at, the whole bigger picture. What is it? What are the probabilities? How often that happens? How clear am I seeing it? Because not all of us are going to see. You give me a cardiogram, I'll probably kill the patient. Although I have 4 years medical training, not training, education, 4 year medical education, I would not be reading a cardiogram to cure anybody, right? So it's not cardiograph. I think it's cardiograph. I don't know. The graph in Russian, I think it's cardiogram. In English, it's cardiograph. It's whatever it is, right? You get a point. So basically, I'm not the person to do that, right? It doesn't mean there isn't a doctor who can do that. I'll leave you guys with that thought. Everybody, trade with care. Stay safe. See you this afternoon. Thank you very much for coming. Bye.